Hi, welcome to this IWFM introduction webinar. My name's Dan Biggs. I'm a business development executive at IWFM, and I'm joined by...
I'm Danielle. I'm part of the customer experience team. I actually manage that team. So you guys will probably speak to us when you're going through an assessment, or if you need some support with your membership, it will be my team that you'd primarily speak to.
So the purpose of today's webinar is to give you a bit of an overview of IWFM, what we're all about, talk about the different grades of membership, how you use your membership, and so on. There'll be contact details at the end for you to get in touch should you have any questions. So away we go. First of all, a bit of an overview about ourselves, what we're up to in the next couple of years. As you've probably seen already, first thing here is we had a new website designed and built, so re-platformed as well. Really straightforward, nice and easy to use website. Lots of information on there, as well as all the information you're going to need. Some of the other points here, so we're not going to touch on each one individually, but we're really looking at the membership proposition, how we engage with our communities, as well as a lot of research and insight pieces. So as you will see, you'll get contacted by ourselves via email to take part in various research and insight pieces. What we do ask is when you do get those emails, please take 5-10 minutes to go through it, because your feedback is invaluable to those pieces that we're doing and the knowledge that we're putting out there. Quite an exciting one I'm really passionate about is point number 7, the career of choice. We're starting to go out there and spread the word of workplace, and what an amazing career that FM and the workplace can actually be. So again, we welcome involvement with that. If you want any more information, please do let us know and we can send those details to you. We're also overlooking at the professional standards, seeing where they currently sit now, and obviously with the move towards workplace, looking at maybe adding to those and varying them a little bit, and obviously ongoing qualifications, training in that development pathway for ourselves. So first things to do is once you join IWFM, you'll get an email saying welcome, set up your membership. Best place to go is start the website. Get to the website, have a look around, but first and foremost, get yourself logged in. So once you're logged in, typical login, email address and password. There's a forgotten password link there if you're having problems logging in. Once you're on there, you'll see your home screen. Your membership certificate will be kept there. All your contact details, your preferences are all managed from this screen. So as you can see in this section, update your details, your password, your CPD events, and so on. So that is kind of the first go-to place once you've set your membership up. All the contact details, so again, go through, make sure we've got all the correct information. We want to make sure we're sending you the relevant details. So go through there, make sure we've got the right email address, telephone numbers. Add a secondary email address, so if the first one stops working, we've always got that one that we can fall back on and still reach out and get in touch with you. The next thing to do is look at your CPD assessment. So under the CPD, you'll see a section that says overview and then a questionnaire. This is what initially members are starting to use to understand where they currently are with their level of expertise and knowledge, and then to act on that. So go through, complete your CPD assessment. A number of these questions, as you can see, you mark yourself out of 5. The little question mark there gives you an overview about what the function of the component is. Go through, once you've marked yourself, at the end of it, it will kind of give you some tips, some guidance, some areas to look at to improve on your knowledge and your skill set. That was the CPD. I'm going to hand over to Danielle now, who's going to talk about the grades of membership and how the assessment works.
So you guys will have all been submitted at a specific grade, and the grades actually narrate what you're doing in terms of your professional development. So they tell everyone and the outside world actually where you are within your FM career. So we start with an affiliate, which is just an entry level. So they're for people who may be doing an apprenticeship, or someone that's just starting out in FM, so they don't have much experience or they've not done any qualifications as of yet, so they're still building that knowledge. We then look at an associate grade, which you can see there on the slides that it's usually 2 years operational experience. May have started to move up the ladder in terms of doing some supervisory management type of role as well. So again, they're just building their knowledge. They're starting to lay that foundation to move into the FM manager career. So that's where we lead into our member grade. So our member grade is someone that's got 5 years experience and at least 3 years within the management sector. So we've got two different routes here. So there is an experiential route and there is also a route that falls under qualifications as well. So if you do have any qualifications and you've got that experience, you can let us know. Also, it could be that you're actually Lucy, edit this bit. You could be certified grade as well. So if you've got some experience and you've got the qualifications there, you could be looking at a certified grade. So it's really good to actually get in touch with us and actually see where you sit. Alternatively, we've got a diagnostic tool on our website as well, which actually, if you're not sure, actually, if you've been submitted for a grade but you think, oh, I'm not too sure if I sit in that grade, I might actually be, member or certified grade, you can actually put your details into the diagnostic tool and that'll tell you where you are. The highest grade we've got is our fellow grade, which is a grade that there's no minimum requirements in terms of experience or any degrees or qualifications, but that's actually around the impact that you've had on FM as a profession. So that's quite a big assessment that we do with that, and that's to really see how you've changed anything in FM, how you've really driven the FM profession. So if you feel like you had a really big impact on FM, then that would be one to look at as well. So once you're actually graded and we've assessed you, you can actually start using postnominals, which again you can use on emails, business cards. You can use that to tell everyone that you're actually part of IWFM and actually what you've been graded at. So again, it gives that narrative around what experience you've got and what qualifications you've got.
Moving on to the knowledge section of the website. So once your membership's all set up and you're logged on, a lot of the tools, a lot of the information that you're going to use the membership for is on the Knowledge Hub. So as I touched on before, we did a lot of reports and surveys, so we asked people to partake in them. We also produce a number of good practice guides, webinars, white papers for you to access. So once your membership's set up, you can log in there under the knowledge section. You'll see the good practice guides on there.
Yeah, and these are really good. So if you've got a team of people, they're a really good training guide as well. So if you want to actually start feeding down these good practices, these are things that you can download as a PDF and you can actually start feeding down to your teams as well.
I mentioned a couple of times now the research. Only the research that we put together, obviously, we didn't produce into to actual documents for you to read. They enable us to obviously go out to wider industries and to government as well to try and explain the importance of workplace, look at certain projects and so on. So well worth looking over the guidance notes, and again, they're for you to use when you're talking to your colleagues or your employer about projects you're undertaking or work that you're doing. The publication, Facilitate Magazine, you have access to that. That comes out to you in hard copy every single month. There are electronic copies. There's also daily email bulletins that come out. Well worth looking through. It takes 10-15 minutes to go through the magazine, but I think the feedback we get, it is a key member benefit because it talks about legislations, regulations, changes, industry news, all sorts in there. So do encourage people to have a look over that. One of the fundamentals of the membership is the networking, the events that you're able to go on. So the way that the membership breaks down, when you join up, you'll be assigned a region. Within that region, so say for example you are based in the southwest, you'll be allocated to the southwest region. Any events they do, anything they've got going on in that region, they will notify you about. Most of the events are free to attend. There are typically 2-3 events per year in each region, so it's well worth, when logging in, making sure you've got the right region that you're able to go to the events and see the details. Also interact with that region. If there's something you want to offer them, if you want to be on the committee or talk to them about some involvement, get in touch with them as a committee, because the committee is made up of volunteers that give their time to put together the events and the information for that region. Just a side note on that, you can attend events all over the country or internationally with your membership, but you can only opt into one region. So have a look at the events section, which we'll touch on in a second, to see the different types of events that you can go to. SIG events, or the special interest groups, will be around obviously a special interest or a common theme. Again, very similar setup, but they're international. So you can join that special interest. Any events, anything, knowledge, anything they're putting out, you'll be notified about. Exhibitions, we are at a number of exhibitions all over the place. Again, we'll notify you about the exhibitions. Most of them are free to attend. There'll be some knowledge there, some learning, some CPD for you to get from that. Hopefully most of you have heard about or seen the IWFM Awards. One thing that we're really seeing more now is end users, in-house teams starting to enter these awards. So if you've got projects you've worked on, if you've got things that you're really proud of and you want to shout about, a great way to do that is the IWFM Awards. So anything, information you want on that, please go to the website, have a look over the entries, see what's required. But if you've got things that you're proud about and you want to shout about, really do look at this and look at entering that, because we're seeing more and more in-house teams starting to enter these and be winners and finalists, which is fantastic. Again, touch on the website. All your events will be under the community section at the top. So click on community, little drop down comes up of events, and you will then be able to see all the events and start to log the ones that you want to go to. And if you remember your login details from your login from earlier, any events you select will be on there, so you can see the ones you have coming up and you'll be notified about. Moving on to the qualifications, IWFM Direct and the training. So the first part of this webinar was talking about the membership with you. This is the more formal qualifications and those training. Touch on the qualifications first of all. We have recognised centres that deliver qualifications level 2 to 7 via blended learning, face-to-face, distance. The way they work is it's universities, it's learning providers delivering those qualifications on our behalf, and they have varying levels and costs. You would go to that recognised centre directly to talk to them about the levels of qualifications. IWFM Direct online is an online platform where you would log in level 2 to 4. So if you remember your pathway, it's entry level kind of up to sort of middle management, and they are done completely online. The most appealing thing about the IWFM Direct one is the fact that you can do it in your own time. It's more cost effective than the recognised centres, and it is much more self-motivated. So it also depends on your learning style as to which one you're going to go for. The Academy is your short courses, so your face-to-face, your online, your in-house courses. We'll touch on those in a bit more detail in a second, but they are standalone courses. So they would be courses on particular subjects that you'd go for a day, 2, 3 days to learn about a particular subject. Brief overview about the qualifications. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we have level 2 to 7 qualifications, so GCSE up to your masters. First thing to do is once you've decided on the level that you want to do, so use level 3 as an example, you would then decide if you want to do an award, certificate or diploma. A diploma or an extended diploma is the full qualification. Moving on there, you can see each qualification is made up of a credit value. You have your mandatory units and then your optional units. So for example, with the full qualification, you have to do all of those at the top, complete all of those units, and then you make up the remaining optional credits by doing the ones at the bottom. So you'd select, for example, managing operational performance, building maintenance, space allocation in current facilities, looking at those to complete that. And then as long as those credits match up to your optional ones, that would be the qualification. A couple of tips. You get 2 years to complete the qualifications. 1 credit is equivalent to around 10 hours worth of study. So for example, the level 3 award in facilities management, 11 credits, obviously is 110 hours worth of study. But any questions of the qualifications, anything you're not sure about, if you want to discuss them, please do get in touch with us, because we'd much rather have a chat with you, look at the right ones for you, than you worry about those. Moving on to the training, so I've mentioned this a minute ago, the training is your 1 day, 2 day, 3 day training courses, both face-to-face and online. So these are just some of the more popular courses that we do, but the way that these work is you would register for a particular training course, you would attend that training course, and then at the end of it, it would count towards your CPD, it would have provided some skill gaps, so you'd have learned something around those particular subjects. All of this is on the website, so anything you want to have a general look at, please do go to professional development. The training, the qualifications are all on there. You can obviously filter by the training, so you can look at the different training courses, have a good look at the overview. All the pricing's on there, it's nice and transparent. We do also offer in-house training courses, so if you've got a larger team there and some of those courses are particularly appealing, let us know, get in touch with us, we can have those conversations with you. Finally, looking for a supplier website.
Yeah, so this is our supplier directory. So it's It's a really great tool. So if you're actually looking for a particular service within FM, you can actually go to the supplier directory on our website there, and it will actually list out all of the suppliers that we've got relationships with. So if there's something in particular that you're looking for, it's really great to have a look, and it just kind of gives you that guidance for those particular services. And we're also on social, which is really great because we know that FM is such a busy profession. It's not always easy just to keep logging into the website, but we try and keep all our social media up to date as possible. So we've got Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So if you've got any of those, we've got our handles there. So go on, follow us, keep up to date. You can have conversations with other professionals on there as well. There's always good discussion points on there. We keep all our events up to date on there, so you'll see things about our conference coming up and our awards. So it's a really great way to keep in touch. And that's it from us. So if you do have any questions about anything that me and Dan have spoken about today, then you can get in touch with my team there. So we've got our telephone number, our email address, and the website addresses on there as well. So we welcome any questions. If you're not sure about anything on the membership, let us know and we can help you.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you got something from this webinar. But yeah, any questions, please do get in touch. Thanks very much.